18 people, including 2 pilots, killed after the Air India Express flight from Dubai to Kozhikode crash-landed yesterday evening. India Today was the first channel to reach ground zero. The wreckage of the plane, however, still lying in that gorge. It now appears that the plane was split not into 2 but 3 parts. The aircraft had 190 passengers on board, including cabin crew, when it skidded off the runway due to heavy rainfall and bad weather conditions. The plane overshot the runway and fell off the tabletop runway. Digital flight data recorder, cockpit voice recorder have now been recovered. The cause of the incident is being seen to be low visibility due to torrential rainfall, also coupled with the tabletop runway at the Karipur airport. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan is in Kozhikode presently, has met injured people at the hospital. He has also announced 10 lakh rupees compensation to the next of kin. Union Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri also reached Kozhikode by a special aircraft to take stock of situation.
We are just outside the crash site at Karipur International Airport. As you can see behind me, the wreckage is still lying over there. So it's been almost 12 hours. 12 hours has passed after this tragic accident has happened over here, and according to the latest information that we have at the moment, at least 19 people have lost their lives so far. So just a while back I was speaking to the local MP PK Kunjalikutti. He is the MP from Malappuram. He was telling me that the actual number could be around 18 or 19, but because one person was yet to be identified, they could not give a confirmation as 19. So that is the situation at the moment. As of now, the rescue relief operations were completed yesterday itself. So there is not much police and other officials who are present over there. But on the other side, we have a lot of officials who have come from the DGCA, the Civil Aviation Authority and other concerned authority which will be probing into this accident. They have started reaching here. The first batch of officials came here early today morning, and they have already started inspecting this area because they will have to find out necessary evidences and maximum possible information to try and figure out what actually happened with this particular accident over here. So this is how the situation looks like at outside the Karipur International Airport. All commercial operations have been shut until further orders.
I want to inform you that we will be making an interim relief payment of rupees 10 lakhs for each of the deceased, for rupees 2 lakhs for those who are seriously injured, and 50,000 of those for those who may have suffered minor injuries. This is over and above all the other compensations, etc., which might be forthcoming from different agencies, insurance of the aircraft, etc.
Let's now take you directly to the aircraft and the wreckage there, because now an exclusive ground report coming up by Nagarjun Dwarkanath right close to the cockpit of the plane. Take a look.
India Today is at the crash site or the ground zero here and trying to analyze the impact of this air crash as well. The portion that you're seeing right now is the cockpit portion of the aircraft. This is the front part which has rammed into this fall, and it has had serious impacts. One such instrument that I can show you is the rectangle box with a yellow sticker saying caution. This is one of the instruments of the aircraft. One can assume if it's an altimeter or a vertical speed indicator. Altimeter shows the altitude of the aircraft, at what height it is flying, and the vertical climb indicator shows at what speed it's climbing, the aircraft is climbing. Is it climbing 600 feet per minute, 3000 feet per minute? That is the instrument that indicates. This is the steering wheel, if one can say in a common language. This is the steering wheel of the aeroplane. Right now it is also dismantled. The control column, as they call it, is completely dismantled. The dashboard is also dismantled. The second part, or the tail part, is on the other side. It broke away and it got separated. This is the part where we can see it's the other part where the tail is intact. If I can start explaining, the tail is intact. That is the vertical column, or it's called the tail of the aircraft. That is intact. The two horizontal blades that you're seeing is called the horizontal stabilizer. That also is impact. It's not broken off. So it's safe to say that the last part of the aircraft, or the last final part of the aircraft, is still intact and nothing has happened, no impact to that. There are no engines. The engines are completely broken off. One can assume, because with a hard impact, the engines too have collided, because engines are at a very low level. It is hardly 2.5 feet above ground. So as soon as they came down from the hilltop, it is presumably safe to say that the engines were the first ones to hit the ground and had a severe impact. So that's the analysis that we have done, that how hard the impact was, both the cockpit part or the tail part. It seems to be like the first 10 to 15 rows had very severe impact, and somehow, luckily, fortunately, the last few rows did remain safe and intact. Nagarjun Dwarkanath for India Today.
And let's now go directly to Kozhikode, because my colleagues Shalini Lobo and Nagarjun Dwarkanath are there to give us live updates. Shalini, I'll first come to you. What are you picking up from the ground about survivors, about people who've also lost their loved ones? How is the administration coping up with this sudden crash that has taken place?
Well, Pooja, the administration has announced a solatium, financial aid to the people, 10 lakh to the kin of the deceased, and 2 lakhs to those who are seriously injured, 50,000 to those with minor injuries. But we must also understand that the families are coping right now. The families want their privacy. We did, in fact, speak to a few survivors. A gentleman, Mr. Ranjit, who lost his job in the UAE, was coming back to Kozhikode. He was coming back to India. He's from Kasaragod, in fact, which is the neighboring district. And what he was telling me is that he's still in shock when he thinks of the airplane crashing. He still gets shivers. He hasn't slept properly, is what he tells me. He gets chills, he gets shivers. He's still in the hospital. He suffered injuries. He was coming down with a friend. His friend had a broken nose as well. Now, I did also speak to those locals who did reach the spot where the air crash took place and who were there to rescue the people. And what they tell me is that they were peeping through that wall that was broken, where the cockpit, where the cockpit of the plane actually hit the wall at the airport, and the wall broke, and they were peeping through that, and they could see a person out of the plane, out of this broken part of the plane, request help, cry for help, and say there's no fire, y'all can come, y'all can help us. And that's when the locals in the area, people who live around 60 to 70 meters from where the crash took place, collected, asked the CISF whether they could help with the mission, because initially with the rescue operation there were only 4 people from fire and rescue, 1 ambulance with an ambulance driver, and the local CISF. So they needed more hands, and these people were telling us there were little children under the debris which they had to pull out, check for pulse, and everyone was contributing, everyone was bringing their own vehicles, everyone was taking them. The people right in front, that is the cockpit, the 2 pilots, had a pulse when they were taken out, but unfortunately did not survive. They had to be taken. They had to use a JCB to take them out, because even with a cutter, they could not take the pilots out. They were jammed over there, so they had to use a JCB to break down, to tear off one part of the cockpit, and then remove the pilots. The 4 air hostesses suffered minor injuries. They are in the hospital. They are recuperating right now. 149 of the passengers are being treated across 5 hospitals in Kozhikode and Malappuram. 22 of the passengers are still critical.
Absolutely brave testimonies, and it is only understandable that the survivors must be in shock. But Shalini, at least you've got us the gist of what some of them saw and have faced, and well, luckily they are the ones who've survived and can at least narrate about it. Many have lost their life as well. Shalini Lobo with all the latest from the survivors and the administration. Shalini, thank you. Before I go across to Nagarjun, remember there were concerns already about the safety at Kozhikode Airport, and that were raised at least on 2 occasions. The Directorate General of the Civil Aviation, DGCA, had issued a show-cause notice to the airport citing safety violations in July last year. The DGCA in its findings revealed excessive rubber deposit, water stagnation and cracks on runway. The digital display of the Met Department was found unserviceable during inspection. Another alarm bell was sounded around 9 years ago by air safety expert Captain Mohan Ranganathan. He was part of the Civil Aviation Safety Advisory Committee, and in that detailed report, Ranganathan held that Kozhikode Airport was not safe fit for landing. He even told the Director General of Civil Aviation that there are 200 feet deep gorges on both sides of the tarmac and airlines have been operating blindly there. The warning was specially for the runway 10 of the Kozhikode Airport, saying landings during wet conditions like rainfall, for example, are extremely dangerous. I want to now go across to my colleague Nagarjun Dwarkanath. And before that, Nagarjun, let's first listen into some reactions that have come in as well, and then I'll come to you.
डीजीसीए ने 2015 में भी और पहले भी सवाल उठाए थे, लेकिन 2019 में जो उनकी शंकाएं थी उन सब का निस्सरण कर दिया गया था। सारी शंकाएं दूर कर दी गई थी, जैसे कि सारे कंप्लायंस, उनकी जो ऑब्जेक्शंस थे कि रबर रिमूवल नहीं हो रहा था, और डीजीसीए ने उसके बाद कोड ई मतलब वाइट बॉडीड एयरक्राफ्ट की परमिशन दे दी थी, और उसके बाद जंबो जेट्स भी एयर इंडिया के और अन्य एयरलाइंस के वहां लैंड कर रहे थे। सो पहले थी उसमें कुछ कमियां थी, जिनका जुलाई 2019 में डीजीसीए ने क्लियरेंस दे दिया था।
Way back in 2013, we were 5 of us who were pointing out very serious deficiencies. We were all removed from the council because they didn't like the truth. They only wanted people to sign on a dotted line. Ajit Singh was a civil aviation minister, and the DGCA did not like Arun Mishra, who's now with ICAO. They were the ones who took me off and took the others also off because we were pointing out very serious deficiencies. And we had flagged this 1-0 landing. And I can tell you that it was created because the runway 28, which is always used and which is what should be used during monsoons because the winds are westerly, there are hills on the approach. So the minima was very high. They even doctored the minima to bring it down lower. And flights were diverting because the visibility or the cloud base was low. So they installed this ILS on 1-0 so that the minima can be lowered and flights can land without realizing that a tailwind landing on a wet runway is one of the most dangerous things that you can have. And on top of that, the runway 10 has got a very steep downslope from 1/3 of the runway. So usually aircrafts which are on ILS touch down around the top of the hump, and it is a downslope all the way. Aircrafts landing on 28 touchdown, and there are very heavy rubber deposits. So with rubber deposits on the runway, wet conditions, it's tailor-made for a disaster.
And India Today's Poulomi Saha also spoke to aviation expert Shakti Lumba, who lists out possible reasons for this very tragic crash.
Captain Lumba, thank you so much for speaking to India Today, sir. Obviously, a lot of questions, rise in the minds of people as to what caused this accident. Various theories floating around, obviously, people talking about the weather conditions, the risk involved in landing at a tabletop airport. What have you, sir, from whatever you've heard, understood so far?
Accident like this can happen for many, many reasons and many variables. The ATC transcript and the CVR transcript to actually know what happened. These three factors, tailwind, and the runway also slopes downwards. So tailwinds, downward slope, wet runway means poor braking, are a recipe for a landing accident on a restricted runway. Number one. Right. Coming to tabletops. Tabletops generally are generally not unsafe. What is unsafe is the amount of safety margin available on either end of the runway so to operate an aircraft tumbling down.
Right, let's now go across to the ground in Kozhikode. Nagarjun Dwarkanath joining me. Nagarjun, you also covered the civil aviation ministry closely. You were there on the site as well. There are questions of safety, and many viewers may not exactly know what a tabletop airport is. So just to put it in perspective, according to you, what possibly went wrong here? Because there have been aircrafts, even a Vande Bharat mission, that have landed at this airport.
Well, that is true. Tabletop mountains or the airports are quite risky to land, but it's not impossible. As we can see, one has to be extra alert while landing on a tabletop airport. What essentially it means is the runway is placed here, but at the end of the runway and the starting of the runway, there is a valley. So as soon as the runway gets over, there is a steep down of the hill, or the steep on the other side also there is a hill. So essentially the runway is placed only on the top of the hill, and on the both sides it's completely valley. So once you overshoot the runway, you go down like what happened right now in Calicut. 35 feet depth was the jump from the end of the runway to the ground, is what we are told. But also people have been flying on tabletop runways. It's not catastrophic every single time. The same captain that has flown this aircraft had already landed 27 times in the same Calicut airport. So he had ample experience. But what we have to say is, because it was raining, was the landing speed adequate? Because this is the second time they attempted to land. So many parameters will come into investigation right now. What was the situation right then? Was there something technical error, or was it human error? All this will come once the flight data recorder or the black boxes investigated and the data is broken apart, which might take few weeks. But at this point of time, what we can confirm is there were many reports which suggested that the undercarriage of the wheels of the aircraft were locked, and that's the reason the pilot barely landed. Well, that has been rubbished by top sources of the aviation ministry, saying that there was nothing like the preliminary information says the wheels or the undercarriage of the aircraft were working fine.
All right, Nagarjun, thank you so much for these details. And of course, it's important to remember at least the aircraft. Welcome back. Now, let me bring you the stories of local heroes in Kerala, in Kozhikode to be specific, because they rescued the injured passengers in time in a flight that crash landed there at the airport. They not only witnessed the unfaithful incident, but have also helped rescue many passengers. Listen in now to these local heroes in Kerala.
രക്ഷിക്കണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അങ്ങനെ ഞങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു, ഉടനടി ഇതിന് മുട്ടി ഒരു 10-15 ആളുകൾ ഇവിടുന്ന് അപ്പോഴേക്ക് വന്ന ആ ഭാഗത്തുള്ള അങ്ങനെ പിന്നെ ആ ഗേറ്റിന് മുട്ടിയതിന് ഫലമായിട്ട് പിന്നെ ഒരു CSF ജവാൻ അവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അയാളെ തുറന്നു നിന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഞങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും ഉള്ളിൽ കയറി ഞങ്ങൾ ചോദിച്ചു, ഞങ്ങൾ രക്ഷാപ്രവർത്തനത്തിന് കൂടണം, തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും നിങ്ങൾ സഹകരിക്കണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് പിന്നെ നാട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് വന്ന ഫസ്റ്റ് 15 ആളുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ അത് 30, 50, 100, 200 പിന്നെ പല ഭാഗത്തുനിന്ന് ആളുകളെത്തി, ഒരുപാട് ആളുകളെത്തി. എല്ലാവരും 1.5 മണിക്കൂറിന്റെ ശ്രമഫലമായിട്ട് അത് നമുക്ക് നിയന്ത്രിക്കാൻ പറ്റി. അവസാന ആളുകളെടുത്തപ്പം സമയം എന്തായാലും ഒരു 10:30-11 മണിയായിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. അതുവരെ ഞങ്ങൾ അവിടെ ഉണ്ട്. പിന്നെ ഞങ്ങളൊക്കെ തിരിച്ചു പോകുന്നത് 12 മണി 1 മണിയായ സമയത്താണ് അവിടെ നിന്ന് പോകുന്നത്.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.